Alright students, we're going to talk about your current project. We're going to be using the anchor element to link to some images, and we're going to do that through what I'm going to give you a scavenger hunt. Okay. Now remember, an anchor element is the letter A. Okay. In addition to that, you have a href or hypertext reference. Okay. You're going to have some quotation marks surrounding a link. Okay. Then you're going to have a description to the link, and then you're going to close the anchor element out. Okay. Now I should note we're going to do something else. We're going to have this thing right here, which is less than angle bracket BR, which stands for break, and then greater than angle bracket. And what that is a line break. That's going to help us out. All right, so let's go take a look at our rubric here. Here it is. Okay. So it says image scavenger hunt links assignment rubric. Oh Lord, that's a lot. That's a lot of words, Mr. Mentor. Okay, so basically what you're going to have to do, I got 10 things that you're going to search up on Google Images. Here's some sloth pictures that I was looking for. Okay, and that's going to be your directions to get started here on this scavenger hunt. So go through each of these here. It says name, class, date is written with the H1 heading element. Okay, we can do that. So I'm here at W3 Schools. I click try it yourself. I got my little editor. I've clicked and cleared everything out on this side, so I'm ready to code. So let me just look at that again. It says name, class, date, written in the H1 element. Okay, well, I know I'm going to do less than H1, greater than angle bracket, and I'm going to write Mr. Metter, and I'm going to write my grade. Let's pretend I'm a 7th grader, and this is going to be, the date is going to be, it is August 28th at the time of this recording, 2020. Okay. And I need to close it out, less than angle bracket, forward slash, don't forget that when you're closing, and a greater than angle bracket. Okay. I'm going to click run. Boom. There it is. Okay. Ooh, my code is wrong. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. All right. So that looks good. Let's go back to the rubric here. It says project title is written in the H2 element. Oh, you sneaky person, Mr. Metter. Okay. I'm testing you. So I'm going to write less than H2, and then I'm going to put the project description here. You might want to call it something else. That's fine. Forward slash H2. Okay. Let me turn on my magnifier here so you guys can see what that looks like. Okay. So there's the code for that. Okay. I'm going to click run. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. So, again, this is my code right here. I'm going to cut the magnifier off for a second. All right. Now, okay. So I'm going to go down here to my list. I'm going to get something that floats. Alrighty, I can do that. I'm going to go to Google Images, and I thought to myself, speedboat. So I've got a picture here, and this is the one that spoke to me. Okay. I'm going to right click on that, and I'm going to choose copy image location. Now, if you're using Chrome, which you probably are, currently I'm using Firefox, it might say something like copy image address. You'll do copy image location, okay, if you're in Mozilla Firefox. Okay, going back to the editor here, okay. All right, I've copied that link. I'm just leaving it, and I need that code. Oh my goodness, Mr. Metter. Okay, so if you see right here, this is the piece of code that you're going to need. Less than a space href, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So let me close the magnifier out. Let's get back to coding over here. So cut the magnifier back on again. All right. So I'm going to come down a couple lines. I'm going to do less than a space href and then the equals sign and quotation mark. I'm going to do Control V, which is paste. I'm going to paste that speedboat image in. I'm going to do quotation mark. I'm going to do the greater than sign. And now I'm going to give it a description. I'm going to call it number one, something that floats. And I'm going to put a dash speedboat. Okay. Then after that, when I'm done with the description, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to do the less than angle bracket, the forward slash, the letter A, and then the greater than angle bracket. Okay. Now I'm going to click run. All right. That looks pretty good. Let's take a look at that code. What's it look like? There it is. Ooh, okay. Now, let me cut that off. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, nice. It goes directly to that image. Okay. So, let's take a look at the rubric here. Let's look at number 2. Something that is living but not a human. So I chose a sloth. I'm going to right click and do copy image location again. And do less than letter A. Let me turn on the magnifier so you can see that. Alright, and I'm going to do space href equals quotation marks picture of the sloth link quotation mark. Okay, I need the greater than sign, and I'm going to write number 2, something living but not human, and I'm going to do sloth. Okay, I'm going to close it out, give my less than sign / a greater than sign. Okay, so I'm going to click run. Oh, you know what? Look at this right here. That is side by side. They are neighbors and they are too close. Okay, so if you recall, we talked about this thing called a line break right here. Okay, that's what we're going after next. So in between these two things, actually I'm going to space it out so you guys can see. Okay, I am going to write in between those two little things right there. I'm going to put less than sign BR greater than sign. Okay, I'm going to click run. Ooh, that looks good. Now they're on top of each other. So that is good for me. Okay. There's my picture of a sloth. So I did this right. Okay. So in between those two little links, you're going to have line breaks. So I would just go ahead and press the enter key, and I can put my next line break right here. Okay. Now I'm ready to move on to number 3, which is something that has buttons. It could be like something you push, like a device, or maybe like a shirt or something like that. You can be creative. Okay, so you're going to work your way through the list. It's going to look something like this, just a stack of links, and each one of those links is going to go to an image. Now, here's one little rule. Okay, if your image does not work correctly, you got to find one that does. Okay, so check it. Okay, because you might lose some points for that. That's our project, and that's the bill. Good luck and have fun.